Welcome back to the NAHJ Student Newscast. I'm Ana Gonzalez Vila for our first Spotlight Series, Stories That Matter. April marks World Autism Awareness Month, shining a light on a condition affecting millions worldwide. Recent studies estimate that globally, over 60 million people are on the autism spectrum. The World Health Organization estimates that about 1 in 100 children are diagnosed with autism spectrum disorder, and in the United States, that estimate is closer to 1 in 36. This rise in autism diagnoses follows increased awareness, broader diagnostic criteria, and improved screening tools. And this month serves as a reminder of the importance of awareness, acceptance, and support for individuals with autism and their families. Whether you're at home, at school, or at work, your involvement can make a real difference. Your actions can help create an inclusive and accepting world. An equine therapy center in LA County is seeing more children with autism join their programs. Recent studies show California has a higher percentage of children identified with autism spectrum disorder compared to other states, thanks to early detection efforts. And media reporter Natalia Osuna visited the center to speak with participants about how working with horses is helping those facing ASD and mental health challenges.
So you're going to bring Darby and put him in the...
Nestled up in the mountains of LA, the Special Spirit Equine Therapy Center helps folks with many different needs since 2005. Staff describe seeing a recent rise in teenagers with mental health issues such as anxiety, depression, and PTSD after the pandemic. Through the connection of person to horse, riders dealing with mental health issues have found a sense of inner peace that sometimes even medication can't provide. For Jin Yao, Special Spirit has greatly helped her son Sammy, who is autistic and was once scared of animals.
My son have autism and he have a muscle disorder like rare disease, like generic disease. Then his core muscle is really weaker than others. Horse riding is really good for the horse, the core muscles. So far, we don't have any problem.
Special Spirit's Director of Operations explained that the center also offers programs for folks who are in recovery for substance abuse, veterans, aged-out foster youth, and first responders. For Leni Badian, her experience as a former nurse gives her an increased appreciation for these services.
When you see that connection, when a client or student has that bond with the horse, and they almost immediately just have the body language of release and peace.
Riding instructor Yesenia Vega enjoys seeing her students' progress.
And just seeing you being able to kind of build that strength, teach them. Because riding, people always think it's like a fun sport, but riding is not only like a mental game, but it's also a physical one. But more mentally, surprisingly. Horses are very intuitive to body language.
Recently, the center has seen an increase in teenagers struggling with mental health. Badian attributed this to a decrease in socialization and human connection during and after the pandemic.
I know one gal in particular that I worked with right after COVID who had been severely anxious, suffering panic attacks that she had never experienced before. And her psychiatrist put her on 4 different medications. Within about 6 weeks, she was off 3 of the medications, and shortly after that, off the 4th.
It's really beautiful to see how places like Special Spirit are here to help members of our community who truly need it. Reporting for the NAHJ Spotlight Series from USC, I'm Natalia Osuna.
The CDC reports an estimated 5 million adults in the United States have autism spectrum disorder. The same agency indicates that more than 1 in 5 U.S. adults live with a mental illness in this country. Universities are prioritizing student mental health, looking towards innovative approaches to combat retention challenges. One strategy gaining traction is embedding counselors in student spaces and academic departments, which allows clinicians to connect with students in more informal settings, building trust and providing support before issues escalate. A recent survey reveals that about 32% of college counseling centers now employ embedded clinicians, making mental health services more accessible and proactive on campuses nationwide. I'm Ana Gonzalez Vila, president of the Columbia Journalism School's NAHJ chapter. Tune in to the rest of the Spotlight series on www.nahj/latinoreporter.org, and thank you for watching.